How long has it been since they played?
2 weeks, basically.
17.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 4A Division II Substate basketball tournament. Tonight's matchup features the Chapman Irish.
Tonight, the Concordia High School boys basketball team at 7-12 on the season will match up with the 11-8 Chapman Irish for the third time this year. This time in a first-round Class 4A Division II Substate tournament game from Smoky Valley High School in Lindsborg. Toby Nosker, Robin Champlin with you. Ashton Hiddle back at the station. We owe you a station identification. You're listening to Panther Basketball on 1390 KNCK Concordia, 98.3 FM and NCKtoday.com. Let's take a look at the starters in this contest, beginning first for the Concordia Panthers. The Panthers will start a 6'3 junior, Dylan Reed. Reed enters the game averaging 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds per contest. He's joined on the floor by Corbin Monzon, a 6'1 junior, averaging 10 points, 2 boards per game. Also on the floor for the Panthers, a 6'1 senior, Tyler Stupka. Stupka's averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds a contest. 6' senior Billy Bichard starting tonight. He's averaging 6 points and a team-high 3.5 assists per game. And the final starter, the 6'3 senior Garrett Lawrence, averaging 4.5 points, 4 rebounds a contest. The Panthers sit at 7-12 on the season, coached by Michael Rowe, assisted by Michael Loring and Herm Dominguez. For the Chapman Irish, they will start in this contest. 6'5 junior Isaac Jackson, leading them in scoring, averaging 10.5 points, 6 rebounds per contest. He's joined on the floor by 6' senior Zach Loy, averaging 10 points, 3 boards. Anthony Wasilk, a 5'9 junior, averaging 8 points per game in the lineup tonight. Joined out there by 6'2 junior Brandon Colston. He's averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds a contest, and the final starter for the Irish is Lozano Lovett, a 6'7 junior. Again, the Irish at 11-8 on the season. They are coached by James Bell, assisted by Ridge Foster and Trey Schultz. Again, tonight is the third meeting between Concordia and Chapman this season. These two teams met in Concordia back on January 12th. It was the Chapman Irish going down to defeat, losing by 7 to Concordia, 62-55. But then the two teams met up in Chapman back on February 9th, and the Irish able to come out with a 6-point win, defeating Concordia 60-54. So the third meeting this season, and this one important. Survive and advance. Loser will see their season come to an end here in this opening round game from the Class 4A Division II Substate Basketball Tournament. Garrett Lawrence jumping out center circle for Concordia, and the Panthers will receive the opening tip. Billy Bichard has it in the backcourt as he'll bring it up the floor for Concordia to set up their offense. Boxing one defense being played right now by the Chapman Irish as defensively Zach Loy takes Dylan Reed. Near side, Stupka with the basketball, driving on the baseline, wraparound pass, Monzon, a 3, will miss, weak side rebound, Reed going up, Reed scores it. Dylan Reed battling inside, picks up his first board, picks up the first 2 points in this one.
What a way to rebound the ball, Dylan down there. He got the rebound, dribbled it inside the Chapman players, and went up strong for a nice lay-in. So great job by the
Jackson looking off right side with the basketball is Loy. Loy wanting to drive, kicks it out on the wing. Head fake by Wasilk. He'll pick up his dribble. Ball partially deflected. The Irish able to recover it, but now they throw it away. Dylan Reed with the steal. Reed in transition. Up ahead, misses the lay-in, and Isaac Jackson there to board it for the Irish. Minute gone by. Concordia with the 2-0 lead. The Irish want to go inside. Panthers have it well covered as Garrett Lawrence comes up with the steal. Back-to-back turnovers now whistled against Chapman. Tyler Stupka, a deep 2 from the right, won't go, and the rebound underneath to Chapman. Again, it's Jackson there to board it. Wasilk crossing over, going to the rim, misses the lay-in, and the rebound off to Corbin Monzon as Monzon has his first board. Concordia leading 2-0 early. 90 seconds gone by. Monzon driving on the left side baseline, and we have a hand check foul that's going to be whistled on the floor against Chapman. It'll be Lozano Lovett picking up the foul. It'll be his first, and it'll be the first foul against the Irish, as Chapman will bring into the contest Noah Regal, the 6-foot sophomore. He'll check in to replace Lovett.
Pretty good defense by the Panthers so far. Got 2 turnovers forced.
Billy Bouchard with the basketball. Bouchard head fake on a three, trying to cross over. Picks up his dribble and gives it off out front to Monzon. Near side, Tyler Stupka with it. Swings it off to Bouchard. Off a screen set by Monzon. He'll fire a three that doesn't go. Rebound tipped out. Last touch by Lawrence and the Panthers, and it'll be Chapman basketball. Concordia up leading 2-0. 6:11 left to play here in this opening quarter of action. The Irish with the basketball as Wasilk brings it up. Panthers take him defensively man-to-man. Inside, Isaac Jackson against a double team. Head fake, going up, drawing contact, and he'll head to the free throw line. Two-shot opportunity coming up. Foul whistled against Garrett Lawrence as Lawrence underneath picks up his first. It'll be the first foul against Concordia. And it'll put Jackson, a 6'5 junior, at the free throw line for Chapman. Looking for their first points. He'll net the first free throw.
Yeah, he got the first one to go down. Coming in about a 44% free throw shooter for the season.
Chance to try to tie this game up 2 minutes in. Free throw on the way for Jackson. Good. So we're knotted at 2 in the early going of this Substate basketball matchup between the Concordia Panthers and the Chapman Irish. Billy Bouchard with the basketball, working off a screen out front. Bouchard will give it off to Monzon here on the near side. Corbin back off to Bouchard, head fake on a three. Chapman out of their box-and-one zone defense, really moving well. And we've seen that. They've been so effective this season in their zone. Typically we see them in a 1-3-1, but instead it is a box-and-one. As again, defensively, it's Loy on Dylan Reed trying to keep the ball out of his hands. Lawrence, nice wraparound pass on the baseline to Stupka, who will miss a three. Jackson muscles his way inside and picks up another rebound. Fourth rebound for the Irish, who are out rebounding Concordia 4-2. Here's Wasilk driving, or excuse me, Make It Regal rather, driving inside, couldn't knock down the shot. Rebound comes down to Concordia up the floor. The ball going to be knocked out of the Panthers' hands. Davenport into the contest for Concordia to replace Garrett Lawrence as the ball goes out and stays with Concordia. And I apologize, Colston actually taking that last shot, couldn't get it to go. Concordia with the basketball, though, as we're knotted at 2. Monzon off to Bouchard, left side, looks inside to Reed. Reed on the block will kick it out to Bouchard. Billy to Monzon at the top. Bounce pass near side to Davenport. They swing it back around the perimeter. Bouchard has it on the left side wing. Skip pass, Davenport for three. This one off the heel, no good. Rebound, Reed. Dylan battling inside, gonna draw a foul, and he's heading to the free throw line. 2 shots coming up for Reed as the junior just picked up his second board and will head to the line.
Well, Dylan's doing a great job and underneath the boards. He's picking up a lot of rebounds so far as we play, and he just got hammered as he went back up for the shot. You see, he'll be at the line. Reed comes in the game. He makes the first free throw. He comes in as a 73% free throw shooter. So
Dylan able to put the first one in, gives Concordia a 1-point edge. Preparing for the next free throw after the foul called against Zach Loy. Loy picking up his first, the second on the Irish. Reed puts them both in, has 4 points into the contest. Davenport will check out of the contest as Chaz Colgren, the 6'2 freshman, comes onto the floor for the Panthers. Concordia up by 2. 4:44 left to play here in this first quarter. Inside, Jackson double team, splits defenders and scores it. Isaac Jackson has all 4 for the Irish, and once again, we're knotted up with 4.5 to play in this opening period. Dylan Reed brings it up for Concordia. Reed gives it off to Monzon, wants a 3 from the right. It'll miss. Colgren, weak side rebound, put back and a foul. Chaz Colgren boards it and scores it. Colgren off the bench has his first 2 and is heading to the free throw line, a chance to try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, Chaz comes in. He's a freshman. Man, folks, he's strong for a freshman. He just held his ground underneath the basket, and he got the rebound and the stick back. So see if he can knock him down here at the free throw line.
65% free throw shooter. Colgren able to put it in. Concordia up by 3, 7-4. The foul was whistled on Zach Loy, who picked up his second, and so Loy has come out of the ball game for Chapman. Garrett Lawrence back into the contest for the Panthers. The Irish with the basketball. Concordia leads it by 3, 4:10 to play first quarter. Right side with the basketball, Malik Watkins, who came in the place of Loy. Noah Regal looking inside to Jackson, posting up. He'll miss a shot, but is fouled. And so Isaac Jackson heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. Off the foul, whistled against Dylan Reed. Reed picks up his first, the second team foul on Concordia. Jackson already 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He has all 4 for the Irish to start, and he'll step to the stripe here. First free throw, off the heel, no good.
Yeah, that young man, he's really quick. He's 6'5", frame, goes in there, and he can really move the ball real good inside there, and he's going to be a force for the Panthers to stop.
Jackson preparing for the back end. Shot on the way. It's off the heel, no good as well, as Garrett Lawrence goes up and boards it for Concordia. Midway through the first, Concordia with a 3-point advantage at 7-4. Monzon trapped out front. Feeds it to Davenport, who's come back in for Concordia. Off to Monzon, near side Reed with the basketball. Reed gets around a couple of defenders, decides to pull up and hits it. Dylan Reed able to find a little bit of separation after splitting defenders, pulls up and hits a 15-footer, and he has 6 points to lead the way for Concordia. Panthers on top by 5. Jackson with the basketball down low, powering his way inside, and they're going to call him for a travel. Jackson battling with Panther players all around him. And this time he gets called for the travel. It's the 3rd turnover on Chapman.
Yeah, Panthers did a good job of closing in on him, and he just kind of took that extra step, and good defensive play by the Panthers.
Concordia up 5. Under 3.5 to go, first quarter. Chapman trying to pressure in the half court. Ball got deflected. Monzon recovers it. Off to Reed. Reed going up, gets stripped. A turnover on Concordia, their first. And here comes Chapman up the floor. Wasilk will give it off right side to Colston. Plays it off to Regal. Near side Watkins. Out front, a 3-point shot. Wasilk banks it in. Anthony Wasilk knocks it in off the glass. Concordia's lead down to 2 with 2:55 remaining here in this first quarter. Dylan Reed in the high post gets it knocked away from behind by Watkins. Stolen by Colston in transition. He's short on the shot. Rebound underneath to Corbin Monzon as Monzon records his 2nd rebound. Reed pushing up the floor, trying to force a pass inside to Lawrence. It was knocked away by Colston on the baseline, and it's out of bounds, last touch by Chapman. It'll stay with Concordia. Tyler Stupka, Billy Bichard in to replace Davenport and Reed. Lovett back in off the bench for Chapman as he'll give Jackson his first break. 2:37 to play first quarter, a 2-point advantage for Concordia, 9-7. Monzon feeds it off left side to Bichard. Trap zone defense being played by the Irish. Near side Monzon will bounce off to Stupka. Skip pass left side. Colgren wants a 3. Hits it. Chaz Colgren knocks in the tray. Colgren has 6 points off the bench, and Concordia on top by 5.
Well, you got to think sometime the Panthers going to hit a 3. They're 1 of 6 from behind the arc. So,
Lovett on the baseline. Wrap around to Wasilk. Guarded out of the man-to-man by Stupka. Driving, Wasilk losing the basketball out of his hands, and it's out of bounds. A turnover on the Irish, their 4th. Concordia gets it back, leading by 5 as we approach 2 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter. On the floor for Concordia, Billy Bichard, Corbin Monzon, Tyler Stupka, Chaz Colgren, and Garrett Lawrence. Panthers have it in the front court with Monzon. Off to Stupka. Stupka pulls up. 16-footer from the right is good. We talked about it last night during our senior spotlight interviews with the senior members of this team, as Lovett's going to be fouled in transition. But we talked to Stupka about developing a mid-range shot, and he just showed signs of it there, knocking in a 16-footer. But then as the Panthers tried to pressure Chapman quickly down the floor, and Garrett Lawrence going to be whistled for his 2nd foul as he puts Lovett at the free throw line. 2 shots coming up for him.
Yeah, he comes in for the season a 43% free throw shooter, and he puts it up off the front end of the iron.
One area where Chapman really has struggled this season is from the free throw line. The Irish have had a tough time knocking in shots from the stripe. Chapman as a team shooting at 55% on the season. Minute 43 remaining here in this first quarter. Lovett's next free throw's off the heel. Jackson has come back in. Jackson picked up the rebound, and he's going to be fouled on the floor after he boards it. A reach-in foul going to be whistled here against Corbin Monzon as Monzon picks up his first.
Yeah, Panthers didn't box out that time, and And who was it? Jackson come in and got the rebound?
Yep, off to Watkins at the top. Jackson able to find him for an open three, but Watkins couldn't connect. And the rebound to Monzon, that's his third board. Long outlet, Dylan Reed finds Tyler Stupka, and Stupka scores it in transition. He has 4 points. What a pass from Reed.
Yeah, it was. They just didn't take him but 2 seconds to go the length of the court, and they scored. So
Concordia with their biggest lead, up 9 with 1:10 remaining here in this first quarter. Colston wants a three, shoots it too strong, and Reed with the weak side rebound, his third. Down to 60 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Stupka skip past to Monzon. Gives it off to Bouchard. Bouchard in the high post to Colgren. Colgren's shot is off. Jackson there to board it again for the Irish. Long feed for Chapman. Loy wants a three. Loy, his three will rattle out. Rebound tipped up. Saved by the Irish, but into the hands of Chaz Colgren. Concordia with the basketball. 40 seconds to go first quarter. Reed pulls up, misses a shot. Rebound long, and Colston chases it down for Chapman. Colston in transition, doesn't have the numbers, 1-on-2. He'll miss a shot, and the rebound tipped out by Watkins and the Irish. It'll go to Concordia.
Well, both teams are getting up and down the court, and nothing really happening, and just missing shots, and pretty good defense on both sides.
Again, Concordia leading by 9. Final 30 seconds here in this first quarter. Billy Bouchard brings it up for the Panthers. Bouchard gets it off to Colgren. Skip pass to Monzon. Back off to Bouchard. Into the corner. Colgren will take another three, and he hits his second of the first quarter. Chaz Colgren off the bench, leading the way with 9 first quarter points, and Concordia on top, leading by 12. Watkins penetrates. Kicks it off to Loy. Step back three. This one doesn't go. Reed with the rebound, and we have a foul to close out this first quarter. Dylan Reed picking up his 4th board. So a foul going to be whistled here against Brandon Colston. Colston called for his first. It'll be the 4th team foul against Chapman, and that'll end the first quarter. Concordia with a 12-point advantage, 19-7. Chaz Colgren, the freshman off the bench, with 9 first quarter points to lead the charge for Concordia. We'll take a break. Second quarter action on the way next. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. A minute and a half, please. Just underway in the second quarter. Concordia on top, leading 19-7 in this first round. Class 4A Division II Substate tournament matchup between the Panthers and the Chapman Irish. Concordia went on a 15-3 run to close out the first quarter, led by Chaz Colgren, the freshman, with 9 points, knocked down 2 first quarter threes. And Concordia with the 12-point advantage to start the second quarter. Billy Bouchard with the basketball out front. Trying to direct traffic, will hand it off to Dylan Reed. Works off a screen set by Lawrence. Back off to Bouchard. He'll fire a three and hit it. Billy Bouchard has his first tray of the contest. Off the assist from Reed, that's his second assist. Concordia on top, leading 22-7. Now Bouchard on the other end with a strip. trying to drive the basketball, the Irish, and taking it away was Bouchard underneath, knocking it away on the baseline. It'll stay with Chapman. Let's go to Robin with first quarter shooting stats.
Well, Concordia, they was 8 of 17 shooting from the floor. They shot 47%. Chapman was 2 of 11 from the floor for 18%. But Panthers are shooting a lot of threes here in that first quarter. They did hit 2 of 7, so 29% from three-point land.
Zach Loy, he fires his third attempt of the ball game and misses it. Rebound comes down to Corbin Mons on his fourth board. Concordia up 15, 6:20 to go here in this second quarter, and the Panthers going to turn the basketball over here. Tyler Stupka lets it fall through his fingertips, and it goes out of bounds here on the near side. The turnover on Concordia, their third. Chapman with 4 turnovers. Concordia leading 22-7, 6:15 to play, second quarter. The Irish with the basketball. Wasilk has it on the left side. Anthony feeds it out front. Noah Regal with the basketball. Off to Loy, back to Wasilk, left side. Trying to get a pass inside to Isaac Jackson, and it's going to come off the foot of Billy Bouchard, a kicking violation on the Panthers, and the Irish will inbound from the baseline. Concordia really sagging in defensively, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Jackson. Jackson inbounds into the hands of Colston, who gets it knocked out of his hands by Bouchard again. Billy has been very active defensively to start this second quarter. That's his second strip. The Irish play it into the front court. Trying to go to Jackson. It went through his hands, but on the backside, Colston picks it up. Misses a 3. Jackson with the rebound. Jackson unable to score it, but is fouled. And Isaac Jackson will be heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. He's 2 of 4 from the foul line so far in the contest. They whistled the foul here against Stupka. Tyler picks up his first. 5th team foul against Concordia. And Jackson back at the free throw line. He'll miss the first. Isaac with 4 points leading the way for the Irish. Only 2 players have scored for Chapman. Jackson with 4 points, Wasilk with 3.
Yeah, 44% at the line here. See if he missed the second one.
Could not get it to go either, and Tyler Stupka comes up with the rebound. First rebound of the ball game for the senior and Stupka. Concordia up 15. Panthers knocking down a 3. It's been the only field goal so far in the second quarter by Billy Bouchard. Bouchard here will pull up and miss. Jackson with a rebound underneath. He's been very effective on the defensive glass. Regal in transition, pops a 3 in off the window.
That's the second one tonight they've hit off the glass.
Yeah, it's their second banked in 3. Wasilk hit one earlier. Regal has his first, and a timeout on the floor to Chapman. 5:27 to go, second quarter. Concordia by 12, 22-10. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. Okay. .5:27 to play, second quarter. 22-10 our score. Concordia with a 12-point advantage. Panthers have led by as much as 15 here in this second quarter. Dylan Reed with the basketball working against Malik Watkins, trying to drive in. Double teamed, off to Mons on corner 3, rattles out. And underneath, Jackson there to clean up another board. Wasilk pushing up the floor. Wasilk penetrating, and we've got a foul on the floor. Concordia bumping him as he tries to drive. It's Davenport whistled for his first, 6th team foul against Concordia. And so the Irish will play it in from the left side of the lane out of a box set. Jackson, closely guarded by Stupka, receives the pass off to Wasilk, left side corner. Regal out top to Watkins. Now Wasilk has it again on the left side. Under 5 to play here in this second quarter. Wasilk driving. His shot will rattle out, and a rebound to Davenport, who's fouled by Wasilk.
Yeah, Davenport went up there. He got position, and he just held on to the ball. And Chapman player just grabbed his arm in there and got called for a foul. So great defense by Davenport.
Absolutely. 22-10 our score. Concordia by 12, 4:45 to play in the first half. Monzon with the basketball. Corbin penetrating, drawing defenders, gives it off to Reed. Baseline drive, going to the hole. Block shot by Jackson. Jackson pulls it out off Deloy in transition. A reverse lay-in misses, and a rebound to Stupka. Long feed to Reed. Reed going up, scores it. So Dylan in transition, able to put it in, has 8 points. Concordia on top by 14. As we approach the midway point of the second quarter. And another foul on Concordia as Zach Loy with a dribble drive off the right side baseline, able to draw contact. It'll go against Monzon, his second, 7th team foul against Concordia. And heading to the free throw line will be Zach Loy. A 6-foot senior comes in averaging 10 points per game, has yet to score in this one. Loy puts it up and in for his first point of the contest.
Yeah, Zach comes in, he's 43% free throw shooter, and see if he can eye the second one here. Chapman will be shooting 1-and-1 here on out. Got 4:16 to play.
Next free throw misses. Rebound underneath to Dylan Reed. He's able to pick it up off the floor. 5th board for Reed, who leads Concordia in rebounding here in this first half. We're midway through the second quarter. Concordia on top, leading 24-11. Chaz Colgren had a big first quarter. He'll pull up and try to shoot near the free throw line here and miss. Rebound comes down to Watkins and the Irish. Will silk up the floor, losing control, and the ball stolen by Bouchard. 5th turnover on Chapman. Bouchard gets it knocked out of his hands on the other end. Noah Regal able to strip it loose. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Irish, and will stay with Concordia.
Boy, a lot of contact after the referees are letting them play tonight.
Another timeout going to be whistled, this time to Concordia. 3:48 to go, second quarter. 24-11 our score. Concordia on top, leading by 13. We'll take a break. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. 1 minute, please. .348 remaining, first half. 24-11 our score. A 13 points advantage for Concordia. Panthers with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Dylan Reed inbounds into the corner to Billy Bouchard. Bouchard skip pass off the Davenport. Bouchard has it out front here. Crossing over as he works. Gives it off to Davenport. In the corner, it's Colgren with the basketball. Colgren skip pass to Reed. Reed puts it on the floor, driving. Pulls up for a runner that rattles off. And the rebound to Isaac Jackson. Concordia is out-rebounding Chapman. 17-13. Here's a deep three that's good. Brandon Colston buries the tray. The Irish, they've been effective from beyond the arc in the early going, but they trail it by 10, 24-14, 3:10 to go here in this second quarter.
Yeah,
and now a foul away from the basketball as Watkins called for a foul here, holding on to Dylan Reed.
That's going to be 16 fouls on Chapman.
Watkins whistled for his first. Colgren has come out. Lawrence back on the floor. So it's Reed, Lawrence, Stupka, Davenport, and Bouchard for Concordia. Approaching 3 minutes remaining, second quarter. Inside, Garrett Lawrence, turnaround blocked by Jackson. And chasing it down is Colston for the Irish. Jackson puts it on the floor, driving. Kicks it out with Silk. Stands and holds. Now puts it on the floor, working against Davenport, and we have a foul. It'll be on the floor against Davenport, his second. 8th team foul, and it's a 1-and-1 opportunity for Anthony with Silk. Coming up on the Panther halftime show, we're going to have an opportunity to hear from the head girls basketball coach out of Concordia High School, Coach Mike Wallmeyer. Panther girls basketball team picking up a win last night over Chapman. As Silk puts in the first free throw.
Yeah, he's their best free throw shooter on the team, 67%.
Silk will get another opportunity at it. Again, Coach Wallmeyer, the head girls basketball coach out of Concordia High School, joining us on the Panther Halftime Show as we'll talk about last night's victory over Chapman and tomorrow's championship game in this Substate tournament against Nickerson. Missed shot by Wasilk, rebound to Wyatt Trost, who's coming off the bench. The freshman gets his first rebound. Concordia with a 9-point advantage. They've led by as much as 15 here in this second quarter. Bashard, a deep three, doesn't go. Rebound, though, Lawrence. Lawrence gives it off to Stupka, and Stupka finishes. Tyler Stupka with 6 points. What a job by Lawrence inside, and Concordia on top by 11.
Yeah, it was just a great play by Lawrence. He recognized he was being double-teamed, and he just kicked it out to Stupka, and there's a made basket by Chapman.
Jackson with a strong drive off the right side, puts it in off the window. He has 6 points. Back to a 9-point ball game. Down to 2 minutes remaining here in this second quarter. Trost off the Stupka near side. Tyler driving. Tyler goes up. Blocks shots, but a foul that'll put Stupka at the line for 2 shots. So Stupka heading to the stripe off the contact whistled here against Jackson. Jackson picking up his first. It'll be the 7th team foul against the Irish. First free throw for Stupka. Good. Tyler rattles it home and has 7 points. Chaz Colgren coming into the ball game again to replace Dylan Reed.
Yeah, Stupka's he's 63% free throw shooter.
Concordia has been outscored here in this second quarter, 10-8. But the Panthers, after a strong start, led 19-7 at the end of the first quarter, and Stupka with that made free throw puts Concordia on top 28-17. A minute 50 to go in this opening half. Chapman with the basketball. Skip pass out front to Wasilk. Head fake against Trost driving. Wasilk to the rim, scores it. Anthony Wasilk with 6 points. Chapman's done a good job the last couple of possessions driving the basketball. Back to a 9-point ball game, 90 seconds to play here in this second quarter. Bashard off to Lawrence. Garrett with the basketball. Driving into traffic, gets it stolen. Zach Loy with the steal. Loy up ahead, fouled going to the rim. Loy's heading to the free throw line off the 4th Concordia turnover.
I believe that's going to be on Billy Bashard.
The foul is on Bashard, his first. And again, it's going to be Loy at the free throw line, a 2-shot opportunity coming up for Zach. Minute 20 remaining here in this second quarter. 28-19 our score. Free throw up and in for Loy. Just his second point.
Yep. He's coming in for the season 43% from the free throw line. See if he can get the second one here.
28-20 our score. Concordia by 8. Chapman trying to fight their way back here in the later stages of the second quarter. Could not connect on the free throw. Stupka tried to one-hand the rebound. Couldn't get the rebound as Jackson came up with it. But then as Jackson tried to get it into Watkins, Reed comes up with his second steal of the game. 6th turnover against Chapman. Bashard stands and holds at the top circle for Concordia with 60 seconds remaining in the half. Panthers with an 8-point advantage. Colgren works it off near side to Trost, into Stupka. Double team, Stupka goes up, misses the shot, and Jackson again underneath with a rebound for the Irish. Wasilk pushing up the floor. Doesn't have the numbers, he'll stop and fire a 3. It won't go. Jackson inside battling, and we're gonna get a foul on a tip back. Bucket doesn't count, but Jackson's heading to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Jackson, he comes in tonight 44% free throw shooter, so there might have been a pretty good foul there, but you got 40 seconds before the half.
Trost called for the foul. It's his first as Jackson puts in the free throw and has 7 points. 28-21, 40 seconds left to go here in this second quarter. Chapman, who's trailed by 15, now down just 7.
He got
Make
them
it
both.
6, yep. Jackson with 8 points to lead the way for the Irish. Concordia's lead down to 6. 35 seconds to go here in this second quarter. We're at the bottom of the hour. We owe you a station identification. You're listening to Panther Basketball on 1390 KNCK Concordia, 98.3 FM, and NCKtoday.com. Reed couldn't connect on his first shot as he tried to bank it in off the window, but comes up with a rebound and it'll be fouled going up. So Dylan Reed 6 boards here in this first half, is heading to the free throw line following the foul on Colston. Colston's second, the 8th team foul on the Irish, and it's a 2-shot opportunity for Reed.
73% free throw shooter. Got the first one.
Reed puts it in. He has 9 points to lead the scoring for Concordia. He and Colgren leading the way. Tyler Stupka with 8 points, 3 points for Bouchard. For the Irish, they're led by Isaac Jackson with 8 points, 6 points for Anthony Wasilk, 3 each for Noah Regal and Brandon Colston, 2 for Zach Loy. Next free throw, good for Reed. Puts them both in. He's the first player to double figures tonight with 10 points. Ivan Owen will come into the ball game for Concordia as Owen checks in to replace Wyatt Trost.
You know, Panthers, they've hit 7 in a row from the charity stripe so far for the game.
Down to 17 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Concordia by 8. Jackson gets it on the block. Kicks it out right side. Regal for 3 will miss off the heel. Jackson with the rebound. The Irish down to just 6 seconds remaining here in this second quarter with Silk driving on Colgren. Colgren with a block, but they're going to call him for a foul. Chaz picks up his first foul, and it'll put Wasilk at the line for 2 shots. Panthers playing right now without Davenport and Lawrence, who picked up 2 fouls. Otherwise, nobody really in foul trouble. You have Monzon also out of the game, with 2 fouls, along with Lawrence and Davenport, but that's it.
Well, he missed the first one. He comes in. He's Chapman's best free throw shooter at 67%.
But he's missed a couple. 2 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Concordia by 8 with Silk's free throw short. We've got a lane violation that's going to be whistled here against Concordia, stepping in early. So Wasilk will get another opportunity at it. Anthony with 6 points in the contest, looking for his 7th. Misses another free throw, and the rebound to Dylan Reed. Reed 3/4 of the way. Shot won't go, and we've got a foul on the Irish. Dylan Reed fouled at the buzzer. Will get 3 free throws to close out the half.
Wow. I didn't see it happen down there. I was looking at my score sheet, but Dylan, he'll be at the line to shoot 3, and he's Concordia's best free throw shooter. Dylan comes in, I think he's a 73% free throw shooter, so he's out there all alone at the court as time expired. So
Dylan, first free throw, good. Malik Watkins, the one whistled for the foul, as Malik picked up his 2nd, the 9th team foul against Chapman. First free throw there puts Concordia up 9. Dylan's 2nd free throw, good as well. Panthers have a 10-point advantage. As Reed preparing for the next shot. Dylan with 12 points, 7 boards, couple assists, couple of steals, nets all 3 free throws to close out the half.
Yeah, what a way to close out the half, Toby. They've hit 10 for 10 at the free throw line.
Concordia on top, leading 33-22 at the halftime break, as Reed able to put in all 3 free throws. He leads the way with 13 points, 9 points for Chaz Colgren, 8 for Tyler Stupka, 3 for Billy Bouchard. Concordia on top, leading by 11. We'll take a break. Panther halftime show on the way next on KNCK.
These guys must be recruiters right here.
Concordia opening up the third quarter, missing on a 3 from Billy Bouchard and a rebound to the Irish, but then Chapman throws it away. As Dylan Reed knocks the ball loose, Tyler Stupka comes up with the steal. The turnover on Chapman, their 7th. Concordia leading 33-22. After a strong first half for the Panthers, Monzon on the baseline pulling up and hitting a shot. Corbin has his first 2 in the contest. Concordia up 13. They led by 15 at one point in the second quarter after the Panthers started the game, outscoring the Irish 19-7 in the first quarter. Concordia was outscored by 1, though, in the second quarter, 15-14. Concordia getting a strip and a turnover off the Irish as Tyler Stupka knocking the ball loose and off the body of one of the Chapman players. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Concordia basketball. A minute gone by here into this third quarter. Billy Bouchard with the basketball for Concordia. Bouchard will hand it off to Dylan Reed. Reed dribbling around right side. Gives it back to Bouchard here near side. Skip pass. Monzon head fake driving. Back out to Reed. Dylan hesitates on a 3 and then fires it. It won't go. Wasilk comes up with the rebound underneath for Chapman. Pushing up the floor. Wasilk going to the hole. Lays it up and scores it. Wasilk puts it in and has 8 points. Concordia out-rebounded the Irish by 3 in the first half, 21-18. Chapman has come up with a couple of big boards in the early part of this third quarter, though. Billy Bouchard with the basketball. Skips it off to Corbin Monzon. Monzon driving. Stopped on the baseline and gets blocked by Isaac Jackson, who comes up with it. But a turnover. Jackson falling out on the baseline, tried to give it off to Wasilk, and Wasilk couldn't handle it. It goes out of bounds. A turnover on the Irish. Their 9th. So Concordia gets the basketball back, leading by 11. Monzon bounces left side to Dylan Reed, who gets stripped by Zach Lloyd. Turnover on Concordia, their 5th. Lloyd brings it up for the Irish. Plays it into Jackson. Jackson posting up. Jackson driving is going to be fouled from behind. It'll be the 3rd on Lawrence as it'll put Isaac Jackson at the free throw line. Let's go to Robin with first half shooting stats for these two teams.
All right, for Concordia, they was 11 of 28 shooting from the floor, 39%. Panthers hit 3 of 9 from behind the arc at 33%. Panthers hit 10 of 10 at the free throw line, and they had 21 rebounds to 18 for Chapman. Chapman was 6 of 22 shooting for 27%. They hit 3 from behind the arc from 11 tries for 27%, and they hit only 7 of 19 at the charity stripe.
Jackson hits both free throws. Concordia's lead down to 9, 5:48 left to go third quarter. Garrett Lawrence has come out with the 3 fouls. Chaz Colgren back on the floor for Concordia. Bouchard gives it off to Monzon on the right side. Corbin plays it out front to Dylan Reed. Reed with the basketball looking inside, nothing there. We'll give it off to Bouchard left side. He'll fire a 3. It's short, and the ball long on the rebound, out of bounds to Chapman.
Panthers are 0-3 from behind the arc. They just made 1 field goal, and so they're just 1 of 4 shooting here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Concordia overall shooting 3 of 12 from downtown for 25%. Inside, Jackson losing his balance, throws it away. Bouchard on the outlet, going to the hole, scores it. Billy Bouchard has 5 points, comes off the 10th turnover on Chapman. Concordia up 11, 5:08 to go in the third. And now an offensive foul. Anthony Wasilk charging into Billy Bouchard as Bouchard takes the charge. Or they call a block.
They did.
I saw one official, I saw it signal an offensive foul, and now the officials are going to talk about it. Underneath, they called the block, and it's going to be a charge, an offensive foul against Wasilk. So Wasilk records his 2nd foul. Another turnover on the Irish, their 11th. So the officials confer, and it goes down as an offensive foul on the Irish. Concordia with the basketball, leading by 11, 4:50 to go in the third. Bouchard driving, and we have a foul on the floor. Bouchard with a nice pass inside to Stupka, who laid it in, but they'll wave off the bucket and call a foul on the floor on Wasilk.
That'll be Chapman's second team foul. Panthers only have one.
That is
the second half.
That is the third foul on Wasilk. Second foul of the second half against Chapman. Entry pass to Stupka, an alley-oop play that won't go. He gets his own rebound, put back misses as well, and Jackson there to board it for the Irish. Chapman quickly down the floor. Driving is Colston, and he's going to be fouled on the floor. Or are they going to say he's going up? They're going to say 2 shots. Colston instead going to head to the free throw line and get a 2-shot opportunity here off the foul on Stupka. Tyler just picked up his second, and Coach Michael Rowe for Concordia very upset that that's a shooting call. Colston misses the free throw.
Yeah, he's 41% free throw for the season, and he misses the first one.
Next one on the way for Colston. Good. So he makes 1 of 2. Has 4 points in the contest. A 6'2 junior that comes in averaging 7 a game. His Irish team down 10 with 4:30 to go here in the third. Dylan Reed with the basketball. Reed puts it on the floor. At the free throw line, off balance, bumped, no foul called, and the rebound tipped out. It'll go out of bounds, last touched by Concordia. So it'll be Irish basketball.
Yeah, Dylan's a little bit out of control that time as he went up for the, kind of lost his balance, and he really didn't have much of a chance to get that shot off. And
Watkins has come back into the contest as he'll replace Wasilk with 3 fouls. Davenport back on the floor for Concordia as he comes in to replace Bouchard. Stupka just recorded his 3rd foul as he tries to knock a ball away inside against Jackson. And so Stupka picks up his 3rd. 3rd foul against Concordia here in this 3rd quarter. Jackson receives the inbound play. Off to Watkins, out front Colston. Looks off to Loy off a screen set. Off the left side by Regal, it doesn't go. And a rebound by Stupka. Watkins with the board, and Tyler Stupka has picked up his 4th. So Stupka is going to have to sit considerable time now with 4 fouls with 4:04 to play here in the 3rd. Garrett Lawrence with 3 fouls back on the floor for Concordia. Inbound play, Jackson backing in. Jackson wraparound pass to Regal. Off outside, Loy for 3, it's good. Make it Colston, for 3. Brandon Colston knocks in the tray and has 7 points. And we have a timeout on the floor to the Irish. 37-30, Concordia up by 7. 3:55 to play in the 3rd. We'll take a break with them. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. 1 minute, please. (37-30), Concordia by 7. 3:55 to play, 3rd quarter. Concordia with the basketball, man-to-man defense up the floor by the Irish as Billy Bouchard back in, brings it up against Watkins. Bouchard operating near the top circle, hands it off to Colgren. Off a double screen, Colgren driving. Chaz to the rim, misses a shot. Lawrence goes up and can't score it, and Jackson underneath with the rebound for the Irish. Chapman has trailed by as much as 15 in this contest. They're down 7 right now as Jackson penetrates off to Colston, who just hit a 3 moments ago. Loy has it on the left side. Loy thinking about a step back, gives it off to Colston near the top. Watkins near side to Regal. Back off to Loy, guarded by Monzon. Colston head fake on a 3, pulls up at the free throw line, shoots it strong and misses. Rebound comes down to Concordia. Garrett Lawrence there to board it for the Panthers. 5th rebound for Lawrence. Dylan Reed with the basketball. Reed crossing over near the top, hands it off left side to Monzon. Corbin, skip pass right side. Bouchard, head fake on a three, driving on the baseline. A runner doesn't go, and we've got a blocking foul on Chapman that'll put Bouchard at the free throw line for 2 shots.
I believe that's going to be on Jackson.
It is. Jackson picks up his second, trying to take the charge. And it'll put Bouchard at the free throw line for 2 shots. First one on the way for Bouchard is short.
That is the first free throw tonight for the Panthers. They hit 10 of 10 in that first half, and the first one in the second half they missed.
Next one for Bouchard, good. So Billy gets 1 of 2, has 6 points in the contest. Davenport back in to replace Monzon. Again, Concordia playing without Tyler Stupka right now. Stupka on the bench with 4 fouls. Concordia by 8, 2:45 to play in the third. Watkins with the basketball, off to Loy on the right side. Loy wanting to drive, and we've got a foul on the floor. They'll call it on Davenport. It'll be his third.
That's going to be Panthers' 15th foul on the Panthers. Chapman just has 3.
Monzon back in for Davenport, so Matt, after picking up his third, back out. Chapman with the basketball. Down to 2:35 left to go in the third. Concordia by 8. Watkins with the ball. Left side. Off to Wasilk, near side. Loy wants a 3. Hits it. Zach Loy puts in the tray and has 5 points. Concordia's lead down to 5. 38-33. 2:18 to play in the third. Colgren to Bouchard. Left side. Monzon driving. Monzon to the rim. Gets blocked. Rebound to Watkins for Chapman. Outlet, Loy off to Colston. Lost the basketball, but able to recover it. Wasilk at the top driving. Wasilk going inside, and we've got a blocking foul on Bouchard. That'll put Wasilk at the free throw line as Billy picks up his second. So Bouchard trying to take the charge there. Doesn't get the call, and it'll be Wasilk at the free throw line for 2 shots. A 5'9" junior. He struggled a bit so far at the foul line. Free throw good. Anthony Wasilk with 9 points, second in the scoring column for the Irish, behind Jackson's 10. It's a 4-point ball game. 38-34, a minute 59 to go in the third. Lozano Lovett back in for the Irish to replace Jackson.
Yeah, he can bring it down to a 3-point ball game here if he can make the second one. Looks like we're going to have a timeout.
Yep, timeout to Concordia. A minute 59 to go in the third quarter. 38-34, our score. Panthers by 4. Irish at the free throw line. When we return, this is Panther basketball on KNCK. Take a 30, please. Wamego on top of El Dorado in their Substate matchup, 26-17. And the Clay Center Tigers find themselves behind by 10 at the halftime break to Rock Creek, 28-18. Wasilk able to knock in the free throws. He has 10 points. It's a 3-point ball game, a minute 50 to play in the third. Corbin Monzon off to Dylan Reed. Head fake. Reed driving on the baseline. Goes up, couldn't get the shot to go, but we've got a foul that's going to be whistled here. A late call from the officials, but they're going to put Reed at the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, it was a late call, but he got hit across the arm, and I don't know who it was on. But Dylan Reed will be at the line to shoot 2 shots here.
They'll call it on Lovett, his second. 4th team foul against the Irish. Reed will rattle in the first free throw. Dylan with 14 points to lead the way for Concordia. Panthers on top leading 39-35.
73% free throw shooters. See if we can get the second one.
Next one for Reed. This one rattles out. Lovett underneath with the rebound for Chapman. Concordia with a 4-point advantage as we approach 90 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Colston with the basketball in between the circles to Watkins. Left side Loy, out front to Wasilk. Wasilk pulls up. Near the free throw line, will miss, and we have a pushing foul from behind on Lozano Lovett, pushing Garrett Lawrence out of bounds. Lovett picks up his 3rd foul, 5th team foul on the Irish. So Concordia will get the basketball back, 1:25 remaining in the 3rd, leading by 4, 39-35. Jackson in for Lovett, Regal in for Watkins. Man-to-man pressure still on the basketball by Chapman. Mons on to inbound. Gets it into Reed. Guarded all the way up by Colston. Reed brings it across the timeline. Dylan with the basketball. Plays it out front to Monzon. Near side Bouchard. Bouchard operating off a screen at the top. Will give it off to Monzon. Thought about a 3. Gives it to Reed, who will shoot it instead. He'll miss. Rebound loose and being fought for, and we've got a jump ball between Jackson and Lawrence. And it'll go to Chapman.
Wow, that was just a strong play by both players. Garrett Lawrence up there, he just held on and got it to be a tie-up. Otherwise, Chapman was going to come up with the rebound.
We're at the top of the hour. We owe you a station identification. You're listening to Panther Basketball on 1390 KNCK Concordia, 98.3 FM and NCKtoday.com. Toby Oscar, Robin Champlin with you. Ashton Hiddle back at the station. Isaac Jackson inside working for the Irish, going to draw a foul. They'll call it on Colgren, his 2nd, 7th team foul on Concordia, and Jackson heading to the free throw line for 2 shots. First free throw for Jackson will rattle home. Isaac Jackson with 11 points to lead the scoring for the Irish, and the Irish again back to within 3 with 57 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they've hit 5 in a row here and make it 6.
Now it's a 2-point ball game, the closest the Irish have been here in this 2nd half. 39-37, 53 seconds to go in the 3rd. Dylan Reed pushes up the floor. Reed with the basketball. He's trapped. We'll give it off to Colgren, who will fire a 3. This shot way short, and a rebound underneath to Chapman. The Irish pushing up the floor. Inside they go to Jackson again. Double teamed out to Wasilk for 3. It misses. Monzon with a foul on the box out will put Wasilk at the line for 3 shots as Monzon just picked up his 3rd foul. And now Anthony Wasilk will step to the line for 3 shots and a chance to try to give the Irish their first lead of the 2nd half.
Yeah, and he's their best free throw shooter, 67%.
First free throw for Wasilk, good.
He got it.
11 points for Wasilk. It's a 1-point ball game, 39-38, 33 seconds to go in the 3rd. Anthony with a chance to tie this game up. It would be our first tie since this game was knotted at 4-all. He'll miss the free throw.
That's the first one they've missed in the 2nd half. They're 7 of 8 so far at the charity stripe. See if he can make this third one here.
Chance to tie the game up again on this 3rd attempt. It rattles out. Rebound to Dylan Reed, his 8th board. Concordia maintains a 1-point lead, 30 seconds to play in the 3rd. Reed with the basketball, driving right side, going up. Jackson with a block. A lot of contact and the ball out of bounds. Last touched by Chapman. It'll stay with Concordia.
Boy, they're letting them play. There's a lot of body contact on that shot. So will be Panthers ball. You got 23 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. So see if the Panthers can put down a bucket here.
Dylan Reed will inbound. Now front to Billy Bouchard. Near side Monzon, back to Reed. Reed driving, gets it stripped loose as it was Regal knocking the ball loose, and then Regal trying to throw it off of the body of Monzon as he was coming out of bounds, and it comes off of his own body out of bounds. So the Irish unable to complete the turnover. It'll stay with Concordia. Reed plays it into Billy Bouchard. 15 seconds to play in the 3rd. Concordia has been limited to just 5 points this entire quarter. Bouchard working off a screen. Billy driving left side. Billy on the baseline. Gets around 2 defenders. Misses a shot. Rebound tipped up and in.
Wow.
Bucket is good for Concordia. We'll credit it to Garrett Lawrence. Lawrence with the tip in. Has his first 2. And Concordia on top, leading by 3, 41-38. Heading to the 4th. We'll take a break. This is Panther Basketball on KNCK. Take a minute, please. Concordia by 3, 41-38. As we get set to begin the final 8 minutes in this first round, Class 4A Division II Substate Basketball Tournament matchup between the Concordia Panthers and the Chapman Irish. The third meeting between these two teams. One of them will move on to tomorrow's Substate Championship game. The other will see their season come to an end tonight. Panthers with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. On the floor, Billy Bouchard, Chaz Colgren, Dylan Reed, Corbin Monzon, Garrett Lawrence. Monzon with a nice look inside to Lawrence. Inside against Jackson, scores it, and is fouled. Now the officials are going to talk it over. One was trying to wave off the shot. The other counted the basket. And so this crew trying to work it over and see if they'll count the bucket, and they will. Garrett Lawrence inside working against Jackson, able to get the shot to go. Has 4 points as Jackson just picked up his third foul, the 16th foul against the Irish.
Garrett was just patient that time. Jackson committed himself, and he missed a free throw, though. Rebound, Panthers.
Colgren with the putback, doesn't go. Reed with the rebound. Reed reverse lay-in, doesn't go. Reed, another board, is fouled. Dylan Reed has 10 rebounds in the contest and is heading to the free throw line. Off the foul whistled here against the Irish. It's on Jackson again, and Isaac Jackson has just recorded his 4th foul. And again, that's big. Jackson leading the scoring for Chapman with 12 points tonight.
73% free throw shooter there. Reed, to see if he can hit it. He eyes it.
First free throw, good.
Good job.
15 points tonight for Reed. Lovett will come into the ball game to replace Jackson, who has to come out with 4 fouls. 44-38, Concordia by 6. Panthers have led by as much as 15. Chapman had cut it down to 1 in the third quarter. Reed, knocking in both free throws, has given Concordia a 7-point advantage at 45-38 with 7:27 to go. And again, effort on the offensive boards, helping to get Reed to the free throw line. Anthony Wasilk off to Loy, left side Colston. Going inside to Lovett. Lovett misses a shot, tip in, goes. Lozano Lovett with the tip in, able to score it. It's his first 2. A big 6'7" junior using that frame inside to pick up points for the Irish. Bouchard driving, off to Lawrence. Lawrence double teamed. Trying to drive inside, and we're going to get a whistle and a timeout to Concordia. Panthers will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 6:58 to play. Concordia by 5. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. Take a 30, please.
Wow, has it got...
Side, soft on the pass, Loy with the steal. Loy in transition, it's blocked out of bounds by Monzon. It'll stay with the Irish.
What a block. He got it up there high, and he got a hand on the ball and slapped it out of bounds. Great job by Monzon.
Chapman maintains possession, though, underneath their own bucket. Inbound play. Watkins has it out front. We'll give it off to Loy. Concordia off the switch on defense, has Bouchard on him. Colston left side to Wasilk. Wasilk driving. And we have a foul on Davenport. Matt reaching in has picked up his 4th. So now Davenport and Stupka each have 4 fouls for Concordia. Jackson on the bench with 4 fouls for Chapman. Checking back in is Colgren for Concordia, as he'll check in to replace Davenport. Wasilk at the line. Rattles it in. Gets the front end of a 1-and-1, and he'll get another opportunity at it as he has 12 points in the contest. Garrett Lawrence will come out. Wyatt Trost into the ball game. So Concordia playing right now with 2 freshmen on the floor, 2 juniors, and 1 senior. Wasilk's free throw. Good.
Got them both.
Wasilk with 13 points to lead the way for the Irish. It's a 3-point ball game again with 6.5 to go. Monzon crossing over in between the circles. Gives it off to Bouchard on the right side. Near side, it's Trost. Wyatt, head fake driving. Trost goes up, misses the shot. Colgren there to board it. Colgren goes up and scores it. Chaz has had a great night. That's his 11th point off his 4th rebound. And now an inbound play. Chapman nearly turns it over, and they do. The pass to Wasilk was off the mark. Wasilk falling out of bounds, tried to save it, and throws it away on the baseline. It's the 12th turnover on the Irish. Jackson will be coming back to the scores table to check in for Chapman.
See if Panthers they're going to be inbounding the ball right underneath their own basket, so be a good opportunity to Panthers to get a score here and up that lead.
Panthers lead it 47-42, 6 minutes to go. Bouchard with the basketball. Kicks it off to Colgren for 3. Chaz shot it way too strong, and the rebound comes down to Chapman. Up the floor, the Irish in transition, and alley-oop play. Colston to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down. Isaac Jackson with 14 points. Back to a 3-point ball game, 5:38 to go. Dylan Reed plays it out front to Colgren. Colgren with the basketball. Skips it off to Monzon. Back off to Bouchard. Under 5.5 to play. Concordia clinging to a 3-point lead. Panthers have led ever since the early part of the first quarter. Monzon, a deep 2. Doesn't go. Jackson there to board it. The Irish pushing up the floor with Silk. Wants to tie it up with a 3. It's good. Anthony Wasilk with the 3 has 16 points, and we are tied at 47 all with 5:07 to go. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a break with them. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. Just take a 30 for me, please.
I don't know.
5:07 to go. We are tied at 47 between the Panthers and the Irish. Concordia will have the basketball with Dylan Reed, Billy Bouchard, Garrett Lawrence, Corbin Monzon, Chaz Colgren on the floor. Bouchard brings it up, stops at the top of the key. To Monzon near side. Reed back off to Corbin. Monzon crossing over and driving. Takes it in against Jackson. Misses a shot. Battle for the rebound. Lawrence underneath. Gets it and scores it. Garrett Lawrence with 6 points and has 8 rebounds. Loy for 3. Missed it. Rebound tipped loose, and coming up with it is Colston for Chapman. Near side. Regal for 3. Will miss it. And we have a foul that's going to go against Concordia on a push from behind on Monzon. Monzon has 4 fouls.
Yeah, that's going to be a 1-and-1 at the other end for Chapman. Or here, I guess.
Yep, it'll be with Silk at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Yeah, he's their best free throw shooter at the line.
Free throw on the way.
Hit
Short.
off the front end of the iron.
It's a 2-shot opportunity because it's a 10th team foul against Concordia. Colgren will come out as Stupka comes in. So Stupka and Monzon both on the floor with 4 fouls for Concordia. Jackson stays out there with 4 fouls for Chapman. Wasilk misses a next free throw, and Dylan Reed there to board it. Reed has 11 rebounds. Dylan with the basketball, dribbling right side, goes up and scores it.
What a drive by Dylan. He just seen an opening there, and he took it. Nice job. Nice lay-in.
18 points for Reed. Concordia up 4. Loy, dribble drive to the bucket, misses it. Battle for the rebound, and Lawrence comes up with it. 9th board for Garrett Lawrence. Midway through the 4th, Concordia by 4, 51-47. Panthers have the basketball. Monzon off a screen, and we've got a foul. A moving screen against Concordia.
Is that going to be on Stupia? It is. It'll be fouled out.
It's on Lawrence, and so Garrett Lawrence has 4 fouls. Monzon will come out of the contest. Chaz Colgren back in for Concordia. So Lawrence and Stupka stay out there with 4 fouls each. Concordia leads by 4, 3:50 to play. Colston with the basketball, off to Zach Loy, inside to Jackson, kicks it out to Regal for 3. This one hard off the rim, no good. Underneath, Colston with another rebound for the Irish. They have done an outstanding job on the boards here in this second half. Nice pass with Silk out to Loy. Loy hits the 3. Zach Loy has 8 points. It's his second 3 of the game. Concordia's lead down to 1 with 3:18 to play. Dylan Reed gives it to Stupka driving. Stupka goes up, rattles out a shot, gets his own rebound. Put back good.
Great job by Stupka down there. Should have went in. I thought it was going in the first try, but he was there to get his own rebound and got it down, and there's going to a travel on Chapman.
Wasilk called for a travel on the other end. 13th turnover on the Irish. Concordia with a 3-point advantage, 3 minutes to go. 53-50, Concordia with a 3-point advantage as Reed will bring it up. Colston will take him defensively up the floor. Dylan directing traffic out near half court. Gives it off to Bouchard. Bouchard will hand it back to Reed. Dylan works off a screen at the top. Picks up his dribble. Gives it off to Colgren. Chaz with the basketball crossing over. Plays it to Bouchard. Nearly lost it, but able to recover it. Bouchard driving. Skip pass. Reed. Head fake on a 3. Wanted to pull up. Nothing there. We'll give it off to Stupka. Stupka to Bouchard for 3. Billy's shot is short. Jackson with the rebound. Up the floor, the Irish will take a 3. It's good. Wasilk has tied this game up on a 3-point bucket. We are knotted at 53 all with 2:10 to go. Anthony Wasilk with 19 to lead the way for the Irish. Reed gets loose, misses a lay-in. Reed gets the rebound and the putback. Dylan hanging tough down low, has 20 points and 12 boards tonight. Concordia back on top by 2, 1:50 to play. Loose ball, fought for, and we're going to get a timeout to Chapman. The Irish keeping the possession alive with 1:49 to play. 55-53, Concordia on top, leading by 2. But what a battle, Robin.
Oh, man. What a game.
These two teams just going at it.
Yes, they are. I mean, just second chance shots on both sides. Both teams are getting their own rebounds. And wow, that last one by Reed down there at the other end, man, it rolled off and he was there. He grabbed, I don't know how he got his own rebound, but he did. And he went back up strong and got it to go. And on the other end, Chapman's been hitting some crucial three-pointers, and they've drawn it in within and tied it there. But now the Panthers own a 2-point lead. We got a 1 minute and 49 seconds to play in the ball game.
One NCKL team has seen their season come to an end. That is the Chapman Irish. As Chapman, or excuse me, not the Chapman Irish, the Clay Center Tigers. The Clay Center Tigers seeing their season come to an end as they fell to Rock Creek in their Substate tournament game, 64-52. Anthony Atkinson Anyking led the way for the Tigers with 21 points, but Clay Center, their season is done. Still to come later tonight, Abilene will be in action as they'll match up with Circle. And Marysville will take on Holton. Those games tip at 7:30. Chapman with the basketball. 3-point shot for Lloyd, doesn't go. Rebound to Dylan Reed as Reed picks up his 13th board. A double-double tonight for the junior. We approach 90 seconds remaining. Concordia with a 2-point lead, 55-53. Billy Bouchard driving. Gets the ball stripped. the 7th turnover on Concordia as Jackson comes up with the loose handle. Zach Lloyd to Malik Watkins. Off to Colston out front. Plays it off to Wasilk for 3. Good.
Oh.
Anthony Wasilk with 22 points to lead all scorers. And with 1:08 to go, the Irish are up 1. Chapman has their first lead since the first quarter. Dylan Reed off to Tyler Stupka. Stupka driving, misses the shot. Tip in by Stupka, doesn't go. Rebound to Jackson. Jackson up the floor. Gonna pull it out and try to work some clock with 47 seconds to go. Panthers need to get out in the passing lanes or foul. And that's what Coach Rowe is saying is foul. Dylan Reed will foul Jackson. So Reed called for his second. Will put Jackson at the line with 38 seconds to go.
Yeah, this is, very crucial for Chapman. He comes in tonight. Jackson is a 44% free throw shooter, so if he makes both of them, it'll be a 3-point game, and he rattles in the first one. 2-point lead for Concordia.
For Chapman.
2-point lead.
Yeah, for Chapman. 57-55, 38 seconds to go. The Irish on top by 2. Next one for Jackson. Good as well.
Wow.
He gets them both. Has 16 tonight. The Irish with a 3-point advantage. 35 seconds to play. Concordia will take a timeout. 58-55. 34 seconds to go. Concordia down by 3. Panthers with the basketball. The Irish have erased a 15-point deficit. Chapman has a 3-point lead, 58-55. We'll take a break. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. Concordia finds themselves behind by 3, 58-55. We're down to 34 seconds remaining. Concordia will inbound. It'll be Billy Bouchard to toss it in. Corbin Monzon, Chaz Colgren, Tyler Stupka, and Dylan Reed on the floor. Actually, it's Colgren to play it in. Billy Bouchard takes it. Dribbles off left side, down to 28 seconds to go. Reed, a corner 3, head fake. Got it stripped out of his hands and lost it out of bounds. A turnover on Concordia, their 8th. So now the Panthers, you got to be careful who fouls here because Stupka and Monzon each have 4 fouls. Panthers trying to pressure the basketball as Jackson gets it into Wasilk. Wasilk will give it back off to Jackson. Regal with it's going to be fouled by Colgren. It's the 3rd foul on Colgren. It comes with 20 seconds to go. And we'll come to the other end. 2 free throws for the Irish.
Yeah, Wasilk be at the line, their best free throw shooter. No, it's not. Who is up there?
It'll be Noah Regal. Noah Regal, the 6-foot sophomore with 3 points so far in the contest, is stepping to the free throw line. And the first free throw on the way for Regal will miss.
42% free throw shooter.
It'll stay a 1-possession game for now. A chance to make it a 2-possession game if Regal can hit this second free throw. It's good. 4-point lead for Chapman. The Irish trying to pick up their 12th win and advance to the championship game of the Class 4A Division II Substate Basketball Tournament. And we have a timeout on the floor. Concordia taking a timeout with 20 seconds remaining, and the Panthers down by 4, 59-55. We'll take another break with them. This is Panther basketball on KNCK. 20 seconds remaining. Concordia down by 4. Panthers have to go the full length of the floor as Reed brings it across the timeline. Down to 14 to go. Off to Bouchard. Bouchard driving, kicks it in the corner to Monzon. A 3 is good with 8 seconds remaining. Panthers need to get a stop here and a foul, and they do with 3 seconds to go. Panthers out of timeouts after that 3 by Monzon. Chapman took its time waiting to get that ball in because Concordia couldn't stop the clock. And then finally Bouchard fouls Wasilk and puts Wasilk at the free throw line. Now if Wasilk hits them both, it'll still be a 1-possession ball game. 59-58, Chapman by 1. Wasilk with 22 points tonight. Misses the first free throw. So it'll stay a 1-possession game. A 3 could win it for Concordia. Wasilk trying to at least give Chapman a 2-point lead. Free throw on the way. Good.
Probably a good thing that he made it.
3 seconds to go. Billy Bouchard, 3/4 of the way, throws it up. It doesn't go. And the Panthers go down to defeat, losing to Chapman 60-58 as Concordia falls tonight to the Chapman Irish. The Concordia Panthers struggling tonight in the second half. Concordia led 19-7 at the end of the first quarter. Was up 11 at the halftime break, but then dominated in the second half. Concordia was outscored 16-8 in the third quarter. And the Panthers outscored 22-17 in the fourth as they go down to defeat losing to Chapman 60-58. The Irish were able to wipe away a 15-point deficit. Chapman able to take their first lead since the first quarter with under a minute to go. And the Irish pick up the victory as they improve to 12-8 on the season. Concordia ends its year at 7-13. Concordia tonight led by Dylan Reed, who had a double-double.